Welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about how to get rid of old friends. This will be one of the most important videos that you will ever hear if you are a person who is a starseed, a person who is the one in their family, a person who is going after something big, a person who is super ambitious. This is the video that you need to see. This will be the make or break of your journey. If you're at the beginning of your journey, the middle of it, or you've been in this fight, in this journey, in this game for 10, 15 years, this is the one that you need to hear. How do you know when you have to get rid of people? How do you know when you have to get rid of old friends? Oh my gosh. So let me start off by saying this. We've all seen the movie The Matrix, right? So The Matrix, of course, it has all of these layers and layers of, these layers of meanings and deep philosophy and all of that stuff. But if we pull back and we just actually look at the movie, just, in very, very general grand scheme of it, the movie is about a guy who is the one. He's coming to save his family. He's coming to save somebody, right? And he's moving through his journey in life or through this matrix to try to get to the end, the salvation, the big prize. And while he's moving through this life, there are agents who are trying to throw him off, who are trying to kill him, who are trying to take him off his square. There are different distractions. Everything is coming to him, trying to distract him and trying to distract him and trying to slow him down, trying to get him stuck, trying to stop him from getting to where he has to go, which is the saving, the salvation, the realization of who he is. And in the end, he finally stops and he realizes that he is the one. He puts his hand out, and that reflects all of the bullets, all of the distractions, all of the danger. He becomes bulletproof because he realizes if he stops and instead of running, he gets rid of everyone, then he wins. Then he wins. So that's what if we pull back, that's what I think The Matrix is about. You moving through your life as the one, the savior of your family, the starseed, the one who has a big gift, the one who has a big ambition, a huge purpose. And people are going to be trying to throw you off that shit. One by one, by one, by one, by one, by one. Using a million different tactics, a million different, so many different ways. So we're going to go through all of that. When do you get rid of old friends in your life? How do they show up? What tactics they use? What to beware of? How to move forward. So first, and I have cards because I want you to be able to skip forward and backward to like the thing that resonates for you. The first section we're going to talk about is how to get rid of old friends. The background of it all. So we all start at the same place in life, right? Elementary school, high school, college, we're all in it together. And then you graduate and it's like you're turned loose into the world. And you try to stay friends with people. You try to remain friends with the people that you grew up with. You try to remain friends with your people from your hometown. Some of us move away, some of us come back. But there's this time in life where you do try to stay friends with people. You try to stay connected with people. But then life happens. God picks his people, and you either answer the call or you don't. Some people get the call early. Some people don't. Some people go off and have kids. Some people stay in college and get their degrees. We all kind of disperse, right? But you want to keep with your friends, and that's okay. That's cool. But as you get deeper and deeper into your life, and you discover who you truly are outside of your hometown and outside of the people that you grew up with, your true energy and essence will invite new people in, new opportunities in, new experiences in, new awareness in, new ideas in, and that will grow you. That will develop you, and you will continue to become a new person in a different way. You'll learn different lessons than your other friends have learned. And that's what separates you. You'll slowly start to separate. And then it'll get to a point where you're in a place in your life where you have to take another big leap, and this person cannot go. This person maybe have not learned the lessons that you're learning. This person is not moving as fast as you. This person was there to support you. Yes, they supported you. Yes. And you talked about how great that you wanted to be. But now that it's actually happening for you, this person cannot go. And when you get to a time in your life where the people that come into your life to take you on your journey, because people will come into your life in order to help you. They'll come into your life and they'll say, I have something only for you. I have an opportunity only for you. I want to take you to North Korea. No, not North Korea. I want to take you to South Korea to teach you something. And only you can come. Or you meet someone. This person might be famous. This person might be very wealthy. And he brings you into a life that overnight is different from the life that you had before with your friends. But only you can come. In my instance, I had to move to New York. I decided overnight I was moving to New York the next week. That was to further my career. Only I can come. And in those situations, you have to really decide to put those people aside. You love them, but you can't spend the same amount of time that you used to spend with them anymore. You can't talk on the phone with them every single day for hours in the morning anymore. You can't meet them for brunch whenever they want to anymore. They're a part of your life, but in a different way. And if you don't let those people go, and whoever they are used to experiencing when they're with you, the person that you used to be, if you don't let the person that you were to them go, and that person go, and that identity go, you will miss out on what God has for you in front of you. So how do you know when you have to let somebody go? When your life starts moving in different directions and this person gets mad about it, that's when you realize you gotta let that person go. Everyone's life can move in different directions. I have some great friends in doing different shit. But when that person starts getting mad about it, when that person has an emotional reaction to it, when that person starts doing emotional manipulation, emotional guilt tripping, when that person starts being passive aggressive to you, when that person starts hating you a little bit, that's when you know that this is a person that you gotta let go. I want to talk to you about the emotional manipulation and the guilt tripping that will signal that you need to leave this person behind. One phrase that I do not tolerate, and once you start saying this phrase, you're out of here. Once you say this phrase, you're fucking done. Don't forget about the little people. Don't forget about me when you blow up. Don't forget about the people that were there for you. Don't forget about the people that were there for you and love you. When they start saying that, cut them off. Forget about them immediately. It could be a best friend. It could be somebody that you've known forever and grown up with. But let me tell you, once they start saying, don't forget about the little people. Don't forget about the people that were there for you when you had nothing. Don't forget about your day ones. Don't forget about the people who love you. That is the number one sign that this is a person you need to forget about. Why? Because that's emotional manipulation. That's guilt tripping. And that is a virtual signal that says you need to stay humble and small. And even though it seems harmless, words are seeds. And if you are a star seed, if you're an ambitious person, if you're a person who has gifts, you're a little bit sensitive. And you want to be friends with people, and you want to love people, because greatness, when you're out for greatness, you do have a lot of love. You carry a lot of love. And so, when someone says, don't forget about the people that were there for you when you didn't have anything, it subconsciously makes something click in your head to where you're like, oh my gosh, they think, I don't want people to think that I'm conceited or I think too highly of myself. I don't want them to feel like I forgot about them. I don't want them to feel. So it gives you an anchor that you don't need. It gives you baggage that you always have to consider, or you subconsciously consider when it's time for you to fly. And those people don't want the best for you. They want to plant seeds in your head that make you forsake yourself. I've had many people say that to me. And it planted seeds in my head that made me forsake myself and say, or reluctantly take an opportunity, because I'm like, I don't want to forget about the little people. So I'll just stay with you. Okay, no, I don't want to forget about the little people. Don't forget about the little people. Okay, I could stay with you for a couple more months. I don't have to take this one. I could take the next one. That's why it's dangerous. So when you hear that, don't play into the emotions of, don't forget about the little people. Don't forget about the people who loved you when you had nothing. Don't play into the emotions of that. Just look at it as a signal for someone who's trying to keep you stagnant. That's emotional abuse. It's an emotional manipulation, and it's guilt tripping you into not taking the things that God has for you. Another thing people will do to try to convince you to stay around at their level, they will get passive aggressive, and they'll start chipping away at your gifts, the things that are going to catapult you. They'll start chipping away at them. So, for instance, can I give you an example? I have a really great personality. I'm really fun. I'm really good at giving advice. I'm very, very wise. And so a lot of time in my journey, people have come to me, friends, to be passive aggressive about my personality and act like my lighthearted funniness is like immaturity and aloofness. It's like, oh my God, Eugenia's messing up again. Oh, you forgot something again, And it used to make me be on eggshells. Instead of being free, I would try to contain myself and be serious about things and make sure I speak my words correctly, make sure I don't forget things, make sure I'm double checking myself. And then I started policing myself, because I had people around me who were policing me and being passive aggressive about my lighthearted personality, and then talking shit about it. It affected me, because these are people who are closest to her, who are around me all the time, and I didn't want to hear shit about myself all the time. So I started to police myself and be very, very serious. But if I'm serious, I'm not being me, right? I'm not being the person that has to be in front of the camera, because now I'm second guessing everything. No one's going to see you if you're not being you. So now I'm second guessing everything. Now I'm not getting the opportunities that are supposed to come to me, because I'm not being myself. The people that make you second guess yourself, second guess your gifts, the people who call out things about you, the best things about you, those are the people that need to go. That's another sort of manipulation to keep you hidden, right? Another thing was, for me, I'm very wise. I have a lot of information. So people would treat me like I was dumb. You don't know anything. Oh, she doesn't know how to do anything. Eugenia, oh my God, what are you talking about? So it made me feel like I didn't have anything to share. When the best parts about me are like what I have to say, my opinions and what I have to say. And that opens so many doors for me, how I show up. When you saw me on Top Model, I got on Top Model because my opinions, my wisdom, and what I had to say, even when I was 21. So I had this girl in my life used to always say, "You're dumb, you're so dumb. Oh my God, you're stupid, you're so dumb." She used to say it just like that. She was my roommate. And she used to always say, "You're so dumb, you're so dumb, you're so dumb, you're so dumb." And I had to stop her from talking to me because she kept putting those little things in my head. You're so dumb, you're so dumb. And so there was a time in my life where I had to sit up in front and talk to the camera about what I knew. And it made me so nervous to do it. It made me so nervous because I had that in the back of my head. "Oh, you're so dumb. You don't know what you're doing. You're so dumb. You're so dumb." And it was affecting my job. It was affecting my ways of moving forward. And that's when I knew that person had to get out of my life. Because she was trying to find little ways to keep me down. Even subconsciously. Even subconsciously. And it did. It stopped me a lot. Whereas before, I had no problem with it. That's when you know you need to get people out your life. If you have a body that's like, wow, and your body gets you attention, and then you have people next to you who keep talking about, "Oh, your ass is so big, your thighs," or "Why are you so skinny? Oh my God, you're so skinny." And that's the thing that in your model, and that's the thing you make money off of. Or if you just have these interesting little facts about you that people love, and then you have someone around who's calling you weird all the time. You have to get rid of those people. Because the thing that people talk shit about is the thing that's going to open the big doors for you. That's who you are. That's who you are. That's who you are. That's how you know you have to get rid of those people. So they're talking shit, being passive aggressive about your good qualities. And then they're telling you, "Don't forget about the little people. Don't forget about the little people. Don't forget about the people that loved you when you had nothing. Don't leave me behind." I had someone tell me his greatest fear was that when I get to the next level, we're not going to be friends anymore. Oh, that leads me to my next thing. Another thing people do to keep you stagnant, and that is emotionally manipulative, is when you are working on something, they keep wanting to take your time. Your time. Because when you're on your journey, timing is everything. Timing is everything. You can be literally in the present and God tells you to make a left. You run into the person that's going to skyrocket your whole entire career. But if you're in the present and then you have someone crying to you, begging you, "Please, please just come out with me. Please, please, please come out with me." And you go, "Oh, okay." You don't make the right. You instead make the left with this person. And now you're sitting here and they're so happy that you're there with them. Yay, they're happy that they get to say that they have this amazing person that is, at their party or at their brunch or whatever, or having dinner with them. They get to feed off of your energy. They get to feel good knowing that they pulled you out of your knowing. They feel good that they got to convince you to go against yourself, so now they're feeling good. You come home and you have nothing. You're supposed to go right and meet that person that was going to catapult you to the next level. But you missed it because you were loyal to the person who you grew up with and was begging you to go out to lunch that day. Now you come back with nothing. That's a person that needs to go. because they're not respecting the fact that you are on your journey right now and every moment counts. Don't let people cry and beg you when you say you don't want to go anywhere, when you say you want to stay home. Please, why? Just come out for a second. Just come out just a little bit, please. Don't do that. Don't allow people to do that. Don't allow people to beg you to talk to them, beg you to give you their energy. When you're in the middle of building something, people might want to see if you're going to forsake yourself and put them first, the person that's been there for you this whole time. Put them first before you finish your project. Those are the people that you need to cut off, because they don't love you. They love how you make them feel, and they get power knowing that they've stopped. They get power knowing that they made a person like you go against yourself and give them space. That's how I know I'm on the right path, when I have people begging for my time. That's how you know. That's the characteristic of somebody that you need to let go. And when I say cut off, I mean block, 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 block. I block people. I block people. You'll never see me again. You'll never see me again. You'll see me on the For You page. You'll see me in your memory. You'll say, I used to know her, but you will never see me in person again. Once you reach the block list, that means you've overstepped way too many boundaries. Now, here is a warning. Once you decide to cut off old people and old friends and people that you've outgrown, that you may have a deep rapport with, there'll be friends turned enemies. These people will get mad at you real quick. That's when you develop enemies. Your enemies are usually the people that you grew up with and you outgrew, and you had to just say, you know what, I gotta move on. Those are your enemies. When you do this, people are going to feel betrayed, because in their head, you're not supposed to forget about the people that were there for you from the very beginning. And, this person may have helped you when you were first coming up. They might have let you sleep on their couch. They might have loaned you money. They might have, fed you a couple times. And then when you moved on and you finally made it, in their mind, you forgot about them. So you use them as a stepping stone to move forward. But what these people don't realize is, if you were a real friend to them and you really wanted the best for them, you would absolutely feed them. You would absolutely loan them money. You would absolutely give them the things that they need to get to where they're going. And when you see them getting to where they're going, you're supposed to then emotionally support them and push them forward. That's when people don't forget about the little guys. But you get forgotten about as a little guy when you start turning on me or you, start emotionally manipulating me or you to where you don't get to the next level. Now all their help is ransom, basically. They helped you just in case you were going to get there, so now they can hold that help over your head and say, you can't get there without me. And actually, you shouldn't get there, because the only way you would get there is with my help. So don't think that you're too good now because you finally got there, because you only got there because of me. That is an agent in the matrix. That is not a friend. That is an agent in the matrix trying to stop you from getting to where you're going. So warning, these people will become your enemies. These people will feel betrayed by you. But you cannot listen to it. You cannot. You have to just keep running as fast as you can to where these people now can't touch you. They're going to sub you online. They're going to talk shit about you online. They'll talk shit about you to other people. They're going to drag your name through the mud. They're going to do this, I remember when she was sleeping on my couch sort of thing. They're going to do this, I helped you when you didn't have nothing sort of thing. They're going to do that. They're going to spread lies about you, talk about you, try to ruin your reputation. They're going to have evil eye on you. They might even send people after you. But that's when you have to go as fast. That's when you have to start running as fast as you fucking can towards the goal. Because you're going to get to a level to where they can't touch you at all. And the people around you will protect you because they know you're valuable. Also, I want you to remember something very, very important. When leaving people behind, you can't feel sad about it, because what God has for you is bigger than anything you'll leave behind. And I'm not preaching. I'm just telling you. What God has for you is bigger than anything you're leaving behind. If God is giving you a new opportunity, He's also going to give you new friends, new blessings, new people, new experiences. He's going to make your whole entire world new. And the new people that you come in contact will introduce you to new people that will open you up to bigger doors. Those people couldn't do it. So either you go into this new space with God has this whole open door for you, or you sit with your friends at home. And even if your friends at home are doing well, even if your friends that you left behind are doing very well, they can't open the doors for you that you need opened. They can't. They're not on your level. So you might have to leave them behind, because it's going to forsake your next step. Sometimes levels aren't, oh, we both have money. Levels are, what social circle are you involved in? What did you end up looking like? Because your looks are a different level too. That's a whole nother level too. What social circle are you in? Are you around a bunch of people who do construction? They may be the best construction workers, in the nation, but it's construction. That don't got shit to do with me. A construction worker can't help me. The person who built the Bellagio cannot help me. So I'm hanging out with them for what? I gotta go to these people, right? I might be a scientist, so I gotta go find the best scientists who are on that level over here. But if I'm a scientist and I'm hanging out with fucking construction workers, what's going to happen is I'm going to miss all of my opportunities, and then I'm going to dwindle down, and you'll just be around a bunch of successful construction workers who think that they're bigger and better than you now. Now your friends who wanted you to stay back with them, they keep growing and growing and growing, and they're going to look at you like you're the loser. Ooh, and I'm about to wrap this up, but before I wrap this up, I want you to know something else. People love to fantasize on your potential. They love to fantasize about your potential all day long. Fantasize about where you could be going. They might even help you, they might even give you advice about it. Might even help you with a business plan. Might even help you set up your equipment to record if you're going to be a streamer. People will literally fantasize with you about your potential. But, and they'll fantasize with you about your potential because they can still live in that world with you, right? If you're both fantasizing about where you could possibly be, then that person still has space in your life because he's sitting next to you. They're sitting next to you. But when you actually start going about the doing of getting there, that's when people get a little bit jealous. That's when they start with the don't forget about me's and the emotional manipulation and the please just hang out with me. When you start going about doing it, because it's the doers that get the opportunities. And if you're both fantasizing about it, you both could fantasize. But now when you start doing it and you start doing what it takes to be that person. And what it takes to be that person might mean I don't have time to talk to you anymore. I don't have time to show up for you anymore. I have no time to sit here on the phone with you. I have no time to go to brunch with you. I can't even show up to your birthday party. I have no time. Then that person starts getting mad because only the doer is the person that's going to go to the next level. Not the fantasizer, not the friend, just the doer. So, I want you to keep your eye on your goal, your purpose, and your journey. And I want you to make sure that every person in your life is a contributor to your forward movement. Every person in your life is aligned with where you want to go, where you see yourself. Every person in your life is someone that can either give you advice, give you resources, give you opportunities for you to go where you want to go in your purpose. Everyone else along your life has to fall through the wayside, because after a while, opportunities are going to stop. And if you don't catch all your opportunities because you're hanging out with your friends, time will pass and you won't have any more purpose. Easy route. Life doesn't have to be hard. Yeah. And get your emotions out of your friendships, man. Friendships come and go. There are 6 trillion people in this world. If Jason from back home didn't work out, you'll find Francois in Paris. You feel me? Like, babe, let's not hang up on people. Let's not be hung up on anybody. Oh my gosh. Let's not be hung up on anybody. And don't be in a place where you can't find opportunity. And do not give yourself away to people. You are a starseed. You are precious. You are literally like a Beyonce. Can anybody be friends with Beyonce? No. You might be able to be friends with Beyonce if you had like the best country song in the world right now. Then you can be friends with her, and not even be friends. You can meet her and do a song with her. But you can't just sit up here and hang out with Beyonce because you've known her for a long time. Kelly can't even do that. Right? So treat yourself like that. Okay, so how to actually cut ties. I tell people I need a break from socializing. I'm not going to be available to hang out. I'm not going to be able to go places. I'm focused on something right now. So I'm just letting you know that I am not going to be in communication with you. I tell people that I need space. I say, hey, one time in particular when I started doing my makeup, my beauty stuff, my beauty videos, I was kind of hanging out with friends and kind of like making new friends, and then God stopped me and was like, stop going out, stop hanging out, stop talking to anybody, focus, and start making your makeup videos. We're moving now. And like God said that to me loud and clear. He said, cut everybody off, just stop. There's nothing out there for you. It's only here, me and you. So I messaged everyone that I was in contact with at the time, because you just are in contact with like maybe 3 or 4 friends at the time. And I say, hey guys, I just want to let you know that it's been fun hanging out and being out with you and having experiences, but I am going to be focusing on something new right now. I'm building something right now, and I'm going to be taking my space, so I'm not going to be available to hang out. I'm going to be just taking some personal time to myself. And that's how I just say it. I'm going to be taking personal time to myself. Depending on how people react. Sometimes there was a time where, people were like, oh no, but I want to be around you, but what does that mean? And then after that, I just blocked them, because I'm not going to explain myself at all. And then some people were like, okay, I get it. I'll be here when you come back, if you want to come back. And then sometimes you don't come back because what you're working on or what you're going through at the time leads you to somewhere different, and that's okay too, and that person will have to deal with it. When I don't want a person in my life altogether because they've done something fucked up to me, then I'll just block them and they won't know. You know, they'll know when they're trying to message me and it doesn't go through. They'll know when they're trying to look me up on Instagram and it says no posts. I'm not dealing with it, and I don't owe anybody anything. Especially when you had it, you didn't cherish it. You didn't respect it. And you thought we were playing little games, and I don't play games with people at all, especially when it comes to my job, and especially when it comes to me, because I don't really give a fuck about a lot of people. I have 7 brothers and sisters. That's a lot of people all together. Anybody extra, if you're not cool, if you're not just being light and fun and lighthearted, then I'll just cut you off, because literally, like I said, I'm the oldest middle girl of 7 people, and I have 8 nieces and nephews, and I have to deal with a lot with my family. That's like 15 people close to me that I'm dealing with, like, closely. Some girl that I've known for 10 years out in the street, like, you're cool, but you're not that cool. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. So me personally, I really value my space, and I really value my personal space. And if people can't respect my personal space and they feel like they're owed my presence, you get completely cut off. You get completely blocked. I don't alert you. You won't find out. We just won't know each other anymore. And that's okay for me. One girl was telling me, you need to tell somebody, that you're about to block them, because that's not fair, because I have never done anything to you. I've always supported you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, sure. But for me, when I'm ready to block somebody and when I'm done with you, I don't really want to give you a chance to come back into my life, because I don't really care. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to do something to fuck it up that's just going to make me block you anyway. So, like, when you have people in your life that you need to let go of, if you know that you want them to maybe come back into your life later, you can tell them. You can have that conversation and say, hey, I'm taking some personal time right now. I don't know how long it'll be, but I need my space. And if that person respects it, that's cool. Somebody just told me in September of last year, I'm not speaking to anybody until February 6th. I said, okay. And this is one of my best friends. He told me he's not speaking to anybody until February 6th. He told me in September. I was like, okay, cool. See you next year. We are still friends. I respect his space. We do not have to talk. He needs his own space. He was like, I'm not going to let nobody get in the way of my healing. No one. And if you can't respect that, Gina, that's cool. But I have to do me. And I was like, hey, I be doing me too. So I'll see you next year. And we are best of friends still. We're best of friends still. So how do you get rid of people? Yeah, you can tell them. You can send them an email. You don't have to make it some sort of formal thing. Like, you don't have to take them out to dinner and tell them. You don't even have to call them up. You can text them. You can send out a mass text. You can do that if you want to. You can send out a mass email, or you can email people individually if you want to, yes. And I say do it in an email or a text, because that initiates the distance. When you're taking your space, you don't want anybody thinking that they're special because you called them. And they can say, well, you can take space from everybody else, but not me, because I didn't do anything to you. You don't want anybody thinking that. You want everybody to know, this is how we're starting the distance off. I'll email you. Did you get my email about how we are, I'll email you. I'll text you. The distance starts now. You cannot talk to me anymore. The personal contact is cut off. I'll DM you. You can see me on the For You page. You cannot text me. If you need to talk to me, email me. That's how you do it. If you're going to block somebody, you don't have to call them and tell them, because you don't want to listen to them begging to be in your life. Like, I don't have no time for none of that shit. If you're blocked, you're blocked. I'm not going to give you a chance to try to, I'm not going to give you a chance to try to reason your way back in. So that's how you do it. You send out an email, you send out a text. And take your space and be firm about it. And don't come up off your space until it's time for you. Do not let nobody slink back in. Your mom, your cousin, your auntie, your sister, your best friend, your friend from a long time ago, the person that you've met 5 years ago, the person that thinks that they helped you out the most, the person that thinks that they're giving you so much advice that you really can't use, but they're always there. You know what I mean? Those people that are there just to make sure that if you go somewhere, then they can hitch a ride up. Or make sure that if they're close enough to you, that they can make sure you don't go anywhere, because they will block you from meeting the people you need to meet. They'll block you from meeting the new friends you need to meet. They'll block you from taking the opportunities you need to take. They'll block you from receiving the blessings. They'll block you from going to the events. Those people, don't give them the benefit of any doubt. Just cut them off. Okay? This has been wonderful. I hope that I gave you some reassurance about that. You always have to be editing. A late friend told me, always be editing. Always be editing. And if someone edited me out, it is what it is. I don't give a fuck either way, either. You know what I mean? You can just not talk to me. That's cool. There's a million other people in this world. Always be editing for your own good. Okay? Love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.